Okay, afternoon everybody. I'm back with another video. This one is now for what I call Blackberry Brandy, but it's basically Blackberry Infused Brandy. I've been out this morning with the kids just before it started raining. We've got a couple of pounds worth of blackberries here, fresh off the brambles. It's pretty simple. I just use the same ratios as I do for my sloe gin, so it's going to be a pound to a pound to a pint, or near enough a pint. I've got a litre bottle there of brandy, so what's a pint? 568ml, but I'll be a bit creative and just drop it down to 500ml. All you need: blackberries, sugar, brandy, and a jar. Simple as that. I'll set up the video now and we'll get going. Okay, so the first thing you want to do when you get home from picking your blackberries is obviously wash them, get rid of any little bits of debris that's on them, creepy crawlies, etc. So just put them in a colander, give them a rinse off, end up with a nice bowl of juicy black stuff. Get your kitchen scales, weigh out for your pound, your pint and all that sort of malarkey, so here we go. Oh, be no use to me there, is it? Juice coming out of them already. Beautiful. Bang on a pound of it. So put them into the jar now. Similar to the sloes, you want to put your fruit in first and then add your sugar afterwards. With the blackberries, because they're a soft skinned fruit, you don't need to worry about freezing them to get them to break down. They'll do that of their own accord. Yeah, so get your fruit in first. Two stragglers, pick them up. Get these ones in now. Oh, bang on. Get in there. Right. Sure there's an easier way to get them in than this, but answers on a postcard if you got it. Right. So again, any stragglers, get them in there. Now you want to clean out this, because you want to weigh out your pound of sugar now, and as I say, the pound of sugar is going on top of the blackberries. So yeah, she's zeroed. Actually, let me utilize a sieve, funnel here. Yeah, I'm making a bit of a mess doing this, but I'm using the tools that I got. I should have a bigger funnel. If you can get a bigger funnel to do it, that'll help you out 100-fold. Last little bits out. Do the same for the second jar. There we go. Apologies if you can hear anything in the background. It's raining and I got stuff hitting the roof of the garage. And I can hear in there now my youngest has just arrived as well, so she's going to be playing. So yeah, if you hear anything in the background, It's a 6-year-old playing with a play kitchen. Right, so that's done. So now all we've got to do is add the brandy. And as I say, should be a pound to a pound to a pint. Pound of blackberries, pound of sugar. We're going 500 ml of brandy. We're knocking off the 68, so it should make up a full pint. So 568 to a pint, but we're just going 500 ml. Hopefully Tesco's haven't done me out of anything here, and it is a litre bottle. I should add, don't go for a really expensive brandy. You just want, they're all much of a muchness these days, but you don't want to go wasting a top class brandy on this. You don't want the flavour of the blackberries competing with the flavour of the brandy. You just want it to enhance, really. So yeah, a half decent brandy will be good. And say the flavour of these blackberries will just enhance the flavour of the brandy, and it sets them off lovely. Oh, I've actually got a little bit more. There we are. So let's chuck that in. The smell of this is lovely. Right, simply clip your jar down and then give it a really good shake, exactly how we did with the gin. Really good shake, get everything moving. You'll already start to see a bit of a change of colour, because as I say, it's a soft fruit, it'll start releasing its colours and flavours straight away. And as with the gin that I did, you want to shake this every day until all of the sugar's gone. So 7 days to a week, because I'm using granulated caster sugar. If you use caster sugar, it'll probably go a bit sooner. But what you want to do with this is, I'd say after about a fortnight, taste it, just to see what it's like, because from trial and error with myself from doing this, I found that if you leave the fruit in for too long, that it starts to go really sour. So I would say that after a fortnight, 3 weeks, you want to take the fruit out of this. So literally sieve it into a jar, a jug, whatever you want to do, and then use a muslin cloth to get it back into your jar to take out all, because obviously the fruit's going to break down. You don't want any little bits in there. So yeah, after a fortnight to 3 weeks, get the fruit out of it, put it back in the jar, keep on shaking it, and it's just going to get better, just going to get better in the jar, and you're going to end up with that. Now that bottle is, I know there's not a lot left, but that bottle is 4 years old in 3 days time. So I don't know if you can see the colour on that. That's a beautiful drink. Lush. So to say, nice and simple. You're going to want your blackberries, you're going to want sugar, you're going to want brandy. Don't go mad on expensive brandy. You're going to need your jars. Leave the fruit in for 2 to 3 weeks. Take the fruit out. Bottle it back up, jar it back up, whatever you want to do it. Keep it in a dark place until you want to drink it. And yeah, get cracking. The fruit is out there, starting to go ripe. You don't want it to spoil. You don't want the birds to get it before you do. Go out and do a bit of picking and see how you get on. Because again, like the gin, that'll be ready for Christmas.